Hi, welcome to Refine Counseling and Training. I am Amy Ruth Bell, an integrative practitioner, and I'm glad to have you here with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to tell that it's stress and not actually trauma. There is so much awareness about trauma at the moment, which is actually a really good thing. But I'm also seeing something important in my work. Not every difficult experience is actually trauma. Sometimes it's just stress, it's overwhelm, it's maybe burnout. So today we're going to look at what's stress and what's trauma. Number 1, your nervous system, it actually settles when the situation settles. With stress, your body reacts to pressure, it reacts to deadline, it reacts to conflict, maybe your workload, the demand in life, maybe life transitions, the moment of intensity of stress. But when that moment starts to settle, so does the stress. And the stressor reduces, so too your system, it gradually calms. With trauma, your nervous system finds it harder to be able to come to a place of regulation. Oftentimes, it can stay activated long after the actual event has occurred. So maybe something happened 24 hours ago, a week ago, but yet your body is still in this heightened state. It's still reacting as if it's happening still today. If you notice the busy season ends, the situation is over, the demand on you is gone, the conflict maybe has been resolved, or if you've noticed you've had rest and the intensity of this situation has reduced, then most of the time that's stress. However, if it's been a week, a month, a couple of months, and it doesn't matter what you do, you still feel like you're stuck, reactive, overwhelmed, dysregulated, then there could be a possibility that it's trauma. Number 2, you can think about the situation that happened without feeling overwhelmed. Stressful experiences can be extremely frustrating. It can be upsetting. It can be disheartening. It can even be draining. But when it's stress, you can reflect on them without going into panic, shutdown, having, burning in your chest, severe anxiety. Whereas with trauma, when you think about these situations, your heart starts to race. Maybe you feel sick in your stomach. Some people feel nauseated. Some people get flashbacks. Maybe they disassociate. They feel detached. Then there's a strong possibility you're experiencing trauma. If you can process the situation when you think about it, when you remember it, and maybe it feels uncomfortable but not intense, if you can process it without discomfort, it doesn't seem to have that intensity anymore, it doesn't really move you that much, you still feel regulated, then it's a possibility it's just stress. Like I mentioned before, if every time you think about it and you're getting those flashbacks, if you just can't let go of the intensity of it and you feel like I need to process this, I need someone to help me work through this, then it's possibly trauma you're experiencing. Number 3, you still feel fundamentally safe. Stress feels like pressure. It feels like you still have control of it, but it's more of a demand. It's something I might not have capacity for right now. Maybe I feel a bit overwhelmed. But trauma feels like threat. It feels like life and death. It feels like I'm being chased by a lion and I have to run. It feels like I'm so scared that I am in shock. It feels like my body and my mind and my emotion is taking control over me. With trauma, there's often a sense that your safety, your identity, or even survival is at risk. This could be emotionally or physically. This is red flags, alarm bells, warning sign, danger, danger, alert, alert. With stress, even if it's intense, there still isn't that core disruption of your safety. You can say, I feel like the situation's really a lot, it's intense, but I still feel like I'm safe. I still feel like I'm in control. What's happening maybe a lot, is frustrating. It could be too much to handle, but I still feel safe in my environment. Number 4, your reactions are proportional. So when you're stressed, you may be tired, you may be irritable, you may be overwhelmed, but your response generally match what's happening. Maybe your stress kept you up at night. Maybe you didn't sleep well, which made you tired. There's an explanation for that. Maybe you had a really busy day at work, or the demand on you was a lot and it's taken a lot of your energy. You had to do a lot of thinking. You feel super drained. There's an explanation for that. It's in proportion to what's actually happened. But with trauma, responses can feel much bigger than the current situation. For example, a small disagreement with someone might trigger a, intense survival level danger, threat and reaction. And that's because your brain is linking it to something unresolved. The original situation that puts you in this trauma state originally. So if it's stress, your reactions, again, they ease when the stress reduces. And number 5, rest and support actually help. Stress responds so well to recovery. Sometimes we just need to rest. Sometimes we just need a good night's sleep. Sometimes we just need a nap. Sometimes we just need to take some things off our plate. Maybe we need a holiday. Sleep helps. Time off helps. Talking it through with a friend or a counselor helps. Reducing your load helps. But trauma often requires deeper processing. Maybe you've done all those things and you still feel the weight of everything happening. Maybe you're getting these flashbacks. Maybe it's too intense. Maybe life feels so overwhelming and you don't feel safe. It doesn't matter what you do with rest or anything like that. Nothing is going to resolve it because it still needs that deeper processing. Now, I just want to be clear, this isn't about minimizing your experience, whether it's stress or whether it's trauma. Both are signals that there is a overload in the system. Stress can still have a significant impact on your life, on your health, on your sleep, on your overall well-being. And for those who are stuck in chronic stress, it can absolutely impact your mental health long-term, your physical health. It's actually linked to autoimmune conditions and many other things. Whether it's stress, whether it's trauma, maybe you're still not sure. That's okay. The goal isn't to self-diagnose, but it's to start understanding the needs of your nervous system. What are some strategies to help me grow in awareness of what my needs are in body, in soul, in spirit, in relationships, at work? Maybe I need help to reevaluate things that are going on in my life, or even going deeper to process things that had happened in my earlier years. If you feel like you are stuck in this place of stress or trauma, I invite you to reach out to discuss it further. I'm a professional counselor and I see people one-on-one online. For more information, visit www.refinedct.com. If this was helpful for you, please like, share, and subscribe.